Are you ready? Well, get comfy, folks. It's story time. My husband and I loved each other very much, but just as most couples, we would get into arguments. Our biggest argument always revolved around a single disagreement: children. I wanted children, he did not. As the years passed, I had hoped he would eventually come round and warm up to the idea of having children, but he remained stubborn and wouldn't change his mind. I reminded him that if we waited too much longer, we'd never be able to conceive a child of our own, but he didn't seem to care. I even suggested adoption and fostering, but he wouldn't hear it. "You're not fit to be a mother." His cruel words burned into my memory. I loved him. Why would he say such a thing? I wanted to carry a baby. I wanted to have a life inside of me, a little piece of him inside me. I love my husband, but he doesn't have the right to keep me from doing this. No one can stop me. I threw out my birth control pills and sabotaged his condoms as I prepared to seduce my husband into a frenzy of lovemaking and passion. My husband, who knew I was desperate for the chance to have a life inside me, discovered my plan and rejected my advances. My own husband said I was crazy, that I was becoming obsessed and losing my mind. I loved him so much. How could he say such a horrid thing to me? I'm his loving wife. That night I cried. I've never cried so hard in all my life. He didn't have the right to do this. I would have the life I so craved. It took me a week, but I had my next plan ready. This plan was foolproof. There would be nothing he could do about it. This time he wouldn't stop me. After he returned home from work, I offered him a single beer after slipping a dose of crushed sleeping pills into the drink. He, of course, didn't taste any of the medicine as he greedily downed the offered beer. Within 20 minutes, he was in a deep sleep, practically unconscious. I dragged my husband into our bedroom and onto the bed. I stripped off his clothes and began kissing his body all over. "You can't take this from me," I whispered into his ear as he remained blissfully unaware of what was about to happen to him. Hours passed as I had my way with his body. He didn't even awaken from his drug-induced slumber. Not once did he feel my warm lips pressing constantly against his cool skin, enjoying every sensation I felt as I carefully finished my task. The bedsheets were soaked from my night activity, but the fluid wasn't sweat, it was blood, my husband's blood. I sat on the floor of the bedroom, my back leaning against the foot of our family bed. I ran my hands lovingly over my tight stomach, thrilled about the life I was now carrying. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the life inside me for the full 9 months like most women, but the few days I had with it would be the best of my life. It's no easy feat to devour an entire human being in a single night, but it was worth it. I finally have a piece of my husband inside me. Hi guys, I just wanted to say quickly thank you so much to all of you who have patiently stuck with me throughout this break. It really does mean a lot. And now I'm back. This video is very short because of the break. I'm kind of out of practice, so I thought it's best to keep it short and sweet for the first one. And I appreciate your feedback if you have anything to say, and if you have any suggestions about the kind of stories that you'd like me to cover or any topics, I'm open to it. Just leave a comment saying whatever you think. I read them all. So yeah, thanks. I'll see you in the next video.